Clerk.
Speaker, my question is to the Prime Minister. Prime Minister, in defending the census debacle, the Deputy PM said, "We've seen how divisive debates have played out across our country, and the last thing we want to do is inflict that debate on a sector of our community right now." So, Prime Minister, if your government is so concerned about divisive debates, will you enact comprehensive vilification protections and appoint an LGBTIQA+ Human Rights Commissioner and an Equality Minister?
Call to the Prime Minister.
I thank the member for Clark for his question and for his long-standing advocacy for members of the LGBTQIA+ community. We value every Australian, and every Australian should be valued regardless of their sexual orientation or their identity. That is really important. In the development of the 2026 census, the ABS came to the government with potential changes it planned to trial, including changes it had not itself recommended for the census. We paused the process to make sure that we get it right, so that there weren't the sort of implications that were contained in the question by the member for Clark. The truth is that for many people, if they're marginalised in parts of Australian society, we don't want to add to that and to add to the pressure which is there. We engaged with the community and additional discussions with the ABS to make sure that we got the direction right, and I believe that we have, and that we can move forward in a way that doesn't have the unintended consequences that the Deputy Prime Minister was precisely talking about. I would say it's the responsibility of everyone in this parliament to engage in debate respectfully and not to inflame community tensions. Sadly, there are examples of us failing, of that test being failed. The government will be introducing legislation this week to create new criminal offences and strengthen protections against hate crimes. These offences will protect the community, including the LGBT community and other targeted groups, from the threat of force or violence and from those who would urge violence against them, which we know is only too real. Our government does support the work of the Australian Human Rights Commission. We already have in place a commission which works to ensure that human rights of all Australians, including those from the LGBTIQ+ community, are protected. And that is really important, and my government will continue to be committed to that and continue to work with the community towards that objective.